A big welcome to you, Pisces. Today is a new moon in your sign, which means the sun, which is in your sign right now, is not able to shine onto the moon because the earth is in between. And it means that when I was doing the reading for all the other signs, right, there was the sun shining a little, big time at the beginning and a little bit less at the end into the other zodiac signs. And it meant that there's a highlight into Pisces, into the moon, planet moon, which is connected to you, to highlight into our subconscious what is there that I want to let go? What is there? What are the stories that are still holding me to this day in a belief, in a dogma, right? In a state of consciousness that is not for my highest good, because maybe it was my parents that gave me this awareness, right? This understanding. Now, the sun, the ego, wants to shine or into your sign and cannot. And the new moon is thus a time to go deep within, into the darkness, into the womb, right? Each new moon says, here I am, and here I am going deep within myself to understand what do I want to let go. The moon in itself has no light, and I will go through this evolution of the tarot cards as well, because it's important for you to see that everything is evolving, everything is shifting. And this secret brotherhood of the Golden Dawn created the Hermetic Tarot. And the Hermetic Tarot is black and white, very simple. Now, if I tell you there's only black, there's right, you don't see anything. And if there's only white, you don't see anything. But black and white together create a story. And this story now that we can tell by pictures first, right? That's why the visual is so important to our brain, to developing the brain. And the word in itself is more the analytical side, right? The picture is more the feminine side of the brain, and the word is the analytical brain of the side of the brain. So we gave the moon, who has exactly 28 days that they say, but it's longer, because the moment the moon is in the full, or the new moon is in its new moon, it already in a few seconds has moved, but we don't see it here. So the full moon to the next full moon cycle is exactly 29 days and 12 hours long. Here we got two towers for the waning and the waxing moon. The symbolisms, right? The dog and the wolf, evolution, the scarabæus coming out, right? Evolving also. And then here Mr. Edward Wade, who was part of the secret brotherhood. This was created, this brotherhood, in 1888. 3 times the 8 is a special number. This came out in 1910, and Aleister Crowley here in 1944. So as you can see, this evolution of these cards, right? The meaning that they wanted you to know, right? The understanding that this card is this information that is coming to you, right? Into your subconscious. Because when we look at these pictures, we might not understand all of it. Particularly, these are women who painted them, right? It wasn't Mr. Wade and neither Aleister Crowley who painted them. It was women artists who created the cards. And when we look at them, right, we start maybe deep in our subconscious, starts something to awaken, something to come out of us. Just so that you know, these droplets aren't created like fog from the moon or the sun. It's the Hebrew word Yud, connecting to the Virgo, the hermit, which is opposite of you. And here are 4 Yuds, which means hand. Here are 15, and here are 9, clearly connected to the 9th card, the Virgo. 4 clearly connected to the word God, Yahweh. And 15, I'm not really sure. 15, maybe the first stage, or it's the evolved stage of the devil, to the tower, to the star, moon, the sun, the last judgment, or the justice, not justice, the judgment card, and then the world. These are 7 stages to a higher enlightenment, and it starts with the card number 15. Maybe, right? I don't know. The dog and the wolf evolved out and went beyond these towers. And towers are always the number 4, are always things that we know. In the 4, we have like a frame right here, and then we can break out of that frame. And here I have this beautiful deck, the Medicine Woman. I will read to you about this card, right, for your new moon. The grandmothers. And the grandmothers plant the seed while we're sleeping. And the grandmothers are here to teach us, because they have a story to tell. And the grandmothers are the ones that we have a special bond to, because sometimes they already went once through raising their own children, and now as their grandchildren we have it much easier. And apparently we're more close in the looks and in the way we behave to our grandparents than to our parents. There's always an in-between step, right? So this is giving you an awareness that when you sleep, you are protected. In your sleep, the dreams come and tell you a story. Very important to listen to your dreams, right? Write them down. And also very important before you go to bed to think, what do I want to heal in my dream? What is it before I go to bed that I take into my dream and I want or desire the dream, the healing state of that? Here in Mystic Mondays, she sits on an iceberg or on a crystal or on the landscape of the moon, looking out at the moon, right? So we don't know if she's sitting on the moon or where she's sitting, but the red hair for me is very clearly the menstrual cycle we women go through, right? I just thought that this is very interesting for you to see. Then I give you my evolution of the moon card and also the position. It's Pisces. It's the fish pose. It's the jumping fish. It's the fish that started the evolution, coming out of the water. Then we have the downward facing dog, the wolf, and we have the upward facing dog, which is the dog that evolved out of the wolf, and the scarabæus coming and crawling right here. One more time, you see the scarabæus with the sun in the back, apparently the sun in the front as well, taking this path of evolution because of the moon, because of this planet that it gets highlighted through the sun. The towers have become the symbol of Pisces. Then I painted it more like this, right? Again, upward, downward facing dog, looking into this kind of consciousness, not seeing there's more to it than the moon, right? And then again, I did it like this with the ocean, not the beach. And I want him or the wolf look into the subconscious while he, the dog, looks up into the conscious. And here is the jumping fish, right? The evolving fish, the fish that comes out of the ocean to create the next, right? The next energy of on land, right? That's where we know the evolutionary story. So if your birthday is between February 8th and March 11th, you are the classical, and classical meaning you're really in the center of Pisces, the Knight of Cups, the seeker of love, the seeker of true love. And true love is the Holy Grail. True love is always within you. True love is a state that is worth searching for, giving you wings on your feet, in your mind, searching for the Grail. Each time there's a river, we are still searching because the river floats into the ocean. Once we're at the ocean, we have become part of a higher consciousness. Aleister Crowley's, he also has a big angel, and of course he has the Holy Grail with the crab inside. Also a water sign, the healer, deep healing, searching for that understanding. And he took over, right, the Cancer out of the cup here. Meanwhile, he didn't put it in there anymore, right? Then I have here the dolphins, the swimmer. It's the totem of the native Indian tradition. And these are very social, beautiful animals, searching, giving love, right? Connecting here deeply. And then here, of course, in the Handel, I didn't pick the Mystic Mondays Tarot because the card wasn't so spectacular. Here it's Odin, right? And Odin was also seeking for love. So he are your cards so that you understand now that the sun is not able to shine onto you because the earth is in between, right? On a day with Pisces, Pisces is, his planet is Neptune. And Neptune is the dream world. Neptune is the ritual, right? On a full and new moon, we always create a ritual. There's magic. There's the spiritual world that we also understand. There's sensitivity and fantasy, where the fairy tales are coming from, right? It's all through Pisces. Then we like to eat carbohydrates on a day like this, and we are connected to the nervous system, right? On those days, your body part is your feet, so take care of your feet. Now it's important to detox, right? To cleanse and to release and to fully let go. You are very clearly sensitive. You are very clearly a person that has a mystical side to it, a true love. You're a seeker of true love, right? You're mysterious, you're romantic. I mean, you are the most romantic knight there is because you're searching for love, right? You're helping, you have compassion, you're a beautiful individual, you are the perfect partner. All of what is important for you is to understand existence. Why am I here? What is all this about? Searching, looking. That's why you're a knight, right? You're not a king sitting on a throne, and the knight delivers the information to the queen and the king. So it is still stormy, windy. It calmed down a little bit, right? So it's water and water, and a new moon is when we plant a seed, an idea, in the ceremony, right? Because the ritual is with the full and the new moon always important. So think about a seed, or think about later about a card that is important to you. A card that you want to amplify because she's so good. And a card that's you want to transform into the positive. And then plant your seed into the dark, fertile earth and let it germinate into the roots. And then in September, in Virgo, you will have the full moon and the flower will shine and blossom and show you the way, right? And understand the strength it took for that seed to break through. And think about, right, how you want to live. Then when you break free your life, want to live your life. Okay. The first card, and I had it in the German reading as well, is very interesting because I feel that you are going through this transformation. Remember that I said that the Knight has this Cancer coming out of the cup. And the Four of Cups is moon in Cancer, right? So there is this Knight with his cup and the Cancer coming out. So there is 1, 2, 3 cups in your life. You are emotionally fulfilled. You're emotionally like got it all because you have searched through the world for this holy grail. It gave you wings, right? It made you inspired by this deep love that you're feeling when you went on this search. And 3 is connected to the Binah as the Empress, as understanding, as a birth of love. Now 4, stability, the Towers. Like I said, the Towers has 4 points, and 4 is always that really stable, strong energy. And on the Tree of Life, 4 is connected to Chesed, the victory of being stable, right? The squareness of life. So you are searching further. You have come to a deep inner knowing, your worth, your self-worth, your love. And here you are going to want to go further, right? It's almost like this one holy grail is always there. This is the holy grail of God. This is the one that's always connecting you to the higher source. But you looking to these 3 makes you think you don't have enough. And makes you think, well, when will I have more? You understand where I'm going with this? But meanwhile, you already have everything that you need. I must read it like, okay, from 3 we go up to 4. No, we go from 1, right? We go down to 1. We go from 1. 1 is our true nature, our true place in this world is connected to spirit, is connected to a higher consciousness. And here I look into the 3 and I think, 3 is beautiful. 3 of Cups is celebration, is having the friends, is having everything you even think of. And here you get the fourth one, but somehow you're dissatisfied, you're a little bored. And the Cancer, right? This is the healing. The healing is always with the one, because Cancer is the healer in all of the zodiac signs, right? So Moon in Cancer with this card is saying that this moon is highlighting the healing, a deep healing of going even deeper into the self-worth, going back to the One of Cups, going back to source. And you're touching it with your right hand, right? Right is the masculine side. With the logic, you kind of like understanding, yes, I am connected to God, to a higher consciousness. With your left hand, you're looking at the feminine side, at the Empress, right? The 3. And you think, yeah, but I could have more. I could maybe get more. And you're not happy that you already have 3, because 3 is powerful already. 3 is the birth of the 2. Out of 2, you get 3. And then the 4 is the stability of that card. Aha. Okay, so you got the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords is Mars in Gemini. And Mars in Gemini says, because you're not connecting to source emotionally, you allow yourself to be drawn into the mental drama. But remember, God or source is looking after you. Your angels always look after you. One of those thoughts is white, is always reminding you as well to come back to the one. So here you have to come back from 3 to 1, and here you have to come back from 9 to 1. Okay, so something not so great, but the great thing here with the 9 is Yesod, is the foundation of the tree of life, right? That's all the way down. We think we go up from 1 to 10, up. It's the other way, right? 1 is up, 10 is down. And so 9 is the foundation. 9 is you went through a completion. It's also 9 connecting you to the Virgo, to the Hermit, to Yesod, the foundation of completion of a psychological maturity. A psychological maturity that you have understood in the 9 of Swords. We learn only when it's difficult. Don't like it, but it's how it is. When everything is absolutely fabulous, like we can see here, we don't grow either, we get bored. So when there is a challenge coming, it says, okay, so how you grow now? What are you going to do out of it? And obviously you are putting your hands into the face, not wanting to see something. Here too, you don't want to see. Here you don't want to see. It's like, but, of course, the sun not shining into the moon, being new moon, meaning dark. It's right so that you're not seeing with your external eyes, with the eyes that looks externally, but with your inner eye. You don't want to see, but with your inner eye, you're able to see the One of Cups and the One of Swords, the one bird that flies above you. Right? Because Mars is war, is passion, energy, desire, right? Fighting. But also courage. And Gemini is relationships, is the lovers. And relationships are always here for us to grow. Without it, where we would go with? Everything is a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's a love relationship, and it doesn't matter if it's your father, your mother, your brother, your friends, your co-workers. Everything in this world is about relationships. There's a great video about Teal Swan, who's explaining really nicely about relationships. Okay, so a new kind of thinking is coming to you, and it's giving you an awareness. So you are seeing this one bird, and the page is the new generation. There is someone in your life that can help you to get through this excessive thinking. It's not a state of action or of in life, it's in your head. But what's happening in your head is reflecting out into the world. So here you are seeing, or not wanting to see, but you're looking inwards, and because this one clear thought is here, mingled between all these others, and of course because they are covering the white, you don't see it, but nevertheless God has a way, or Creator or the universe has a way to come to you. Now, as you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4 light bulbs, and again the number 4, the stability, the structure, right? Everything is structure. Everything is giving us a discipline. Of course, here in Mars, very clearly. Here, because the moon is also a structure, right? They gave the moon towers. The waxing and the way, because we were counting on it. It was very precise, and it was a rhythm we were able to follow very easily, right? The quickest. Of course, the sun rising and setting was the first that we realized as evolution went forward. So you are seeing that stability is something good when it's handled the right way, but when it's handled the wrong way, it is imprisoning us. Now look where you're walking over. You're walking over the sword to another side, meaning you're leaving this behind you. You don't know what's coming. If you would see that you had to walk tiptoe over here while you're reading a book and while you're holding that, you'd be like, no, I cannot do it. But something is guiding you and leading you to move forward. she also doesn't see this here. She's so occupied with what's happening here that she doesn't see these accumulation of worries and thoughts that she has because she thinks she doesn't have enough. But help is coming. And you are going to walk over to the other side. You are going to go and feel this. You are going to go and see this. Because the young generation, it could be the air signs, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. This is Gemini. Mars in Gemini. Right? So a Gemini is helping you. A Gemini is leading the way. Could be. Doesn't have to. It can be also a Libra or an Aquarius. Now Aquarius is again the liberator, is again, Libra is the justice. Libra is saying whatever happened here in Mars, in this relationship, quarrel, maybe fighting, is being resolved or freeing you in the end, right? Releasing you. Is this next generation is actually finding the solution for you by looking into the books, not a tablet, not a phone, by reading books, by studying, by learning, by educating yourself. The more you know, the more powerful you become. Do you think men create a secret brotherhood just because they feel like it? You can't get in if you're not recommended, highly recommended. These were all very, very special men who had an affinity for a higher consciousness, got the information, put them out there, and created these cards. Men. And of course it's the women who drew it, but nevertheless, right, there are people out there. And these secret societies do exist. And it's not conspiracy theory. It's just when you know, you only talk to someone who is really discerning and feeling you and saying, I can trust this person with this information. He's not going to look at me and say, oh, lunatic, or he's crazy, or some esoteric bullshit, right? Check out the word esoteric. It has become a negative word in society that cannot reach into the spiritual, right? Men and women who are not yet seeing this side. They only see this. So how can you, when you only see this, understand there is this? Now, those men and women I'm talking about, they had a glimpse, they had an opening into this world. How? They studied. Maybe they got first a glimpse. Maybe they studied and became or got then the glimpse. Here too, right? When you worry, when you are thinking about too many things. You cannot be with this one beautiful, clear thought of just love, right? Since you are the seeker of love, you make it searching for love, for true love, a love that is strong and powerful. Nine of Pentacles. And again, when you see someone dressed white, it's always a sign that they are pure in itself. When they dressed red, of course, it's connected to Mars. Here she's dressed with a blue shirt, which is the ocean. And here this girl, she has blue, white, and red. Nine of Pentacles, Venus in Virgo. The Nine of Pentacles, when we look at it, we can see here Venus in Virgo. And Venus in Virgo has arrived at herself. Virgo is hardworking, is organized, is structured. She hangs up the fruits so she can pluck them. And look who is here, the white bird, right? Remember the white bird? 9, 9. So it's referring to Virgo. It's referring to September, that you will see the fruit, you will see the seed grown into the fruit, and you will be able to pluck that fruit. You will be able to take that seed and nourish yourself and continue your journey from 9 to 10. Yeah? Where is this bringing her? Wow, you see, there it is. That one clear thought, is streaming into her head, is allowing her to be, yes, here you come. Here comes now that clear thinking. You let go of all the other ones, right? Because you studied, you learned, maybe through a young generation, and that's why a young generation is here. They start to learn things that we have no clue about. And now the young generation is showing us many things that we are not even have thought about it. They bring the new ideas down here to this world. So this one clear thought is now with you because you've arrived again also in the material side, in Yesod, in the foundation, right? In a maturity, right? Again, a maturity of good and bad. An understanding, right? A realization, becoming mature, becoming grown up. And wow, that was as well in the other reading. The only way then, right, is to let go of the 9, finding by working, by being single, by being with yourself, plucking that one fruit where the bird is on, and going and understanding this one thought, you are able to fully transcend from 9 plus the 10 into, plus the 1, 9 and 1, into the 10 of swords, and are able to completely transform and rise up in Malkut. Malkut is the kingdom, right? This is where the consequence of that breakthrough is leading you, and going particularly from a lower level to a higher level to the next step. The Ten of Swords is brutal. The Ten of Swords is saying, wake up. Is saying, you thought so much, you had so much mental negativity or mental thoughts that were pulling you down, right? Because if we're thinking about too many things, it's literally, yeah, bringing us to a state of like, okay, I cannot do this anymore, like, right? When we have to think about many things, it's like it goes off. So here you have now a Leo coming, the King of Wands. So in the month of August, right? And then in September, you start waking up. You start really realizing, okay, there's something shifting. So here you are as you moving from being a knight to becoming someone that takes also action for his emotional state of being. Right? Leo is an entrepreneur. Leo is the one that says, let's do something, right? Leo is the sun. And Leo, the sun not being able to shine into your sign because the earth is blocking it, is making you, right, go deep, deep down into the dark night of the soul, which is also here 9 and then 10. The dark night of the soul is like when we go deep within and look at all the negativity that has accumulated over the years, maybe over your education, maybe over your childhood, etc., etc., we are able to go through the dark night of the soul and come out as more powerful, as more strong than ever. It's the process. Again, I said, without learning, without difficulties, we don't grow. It's I mean, I cannot, what can I say? It's just what it is. So embrace the difficulties and embrace these things that are giving you a hard time. Which is bringing you the next step, the Lovers, Gemini, Mars in Gemini, maybe Gemini, and Sun in Gemini. Sun in Gemini is the Lovers. Now, I took the deck and I have a look what's underneath. Oof. But I took it upside down, so they came out upside down. Meaning, I'm gonna turn her around again for you to see. And now she makes sense because she let her hair down. She let go. She let go of the thinking. Right? She let go of the thinking. She arrived in this empowered state to love herself fully and truly. Fully and truly. Because the feminine is dark, but she's light skin but dark hair. The masculine is white hair but dark skin. You see the oxymoron that she created here? And okay, so of course Jupiter in Leo, the understanding of when you go down, of course it's equal to this, right? And in the native Indian they say it's not there yet. Then you're again victorious, standing there. So because they're both equally together upside down, so maybe there is also, and I will read to you what it means that Six of Wands is upside down, right? First of all, the Lovers upside down. A break in communication, disharmony, the need to find self-love, giving away power in a relationship. She's holding on to him, right? The loss of self, too many expectations of others, manipulation, an imbalanced partnership, codependency. Maybe with a Leo. Maybe with a Gemini, because there's twice, right, Gemini cards in here. Now, the reverse of Wands, Six of Wands, not seeing eye to eye, pessimism, resentment and self-doubt, a desire for acknowledgement, feelings of failure, comparisonitis, falling from grace. Okay, but that spark, that new creative idea has to sometimes come from, again, letting go something, letting go, not holding on, allowing to see the world upside down, right? Allowing to get out of this, I don't see this one. Here's also one, wand, one, the Ace of Wand and the Ace of Cups. Here's the Ace of Thought. And here is the Ace of Thought. So you have two aces and you have two nines and you have two sixes. 6, 6, right? So you're releasing, though, the sixes. This new moon is definitely shaking you up, awakening you, giving you an awareness, giving you a consciousness, giving you a round again, another round and another round, and again the round, right, goes higher and higher. The spiral is spiraling, and it's not, we're climbing up, only up or down, it's spiraling. And in that spiral, we were here and learned a lesson, and then we come around and we come back and we learned the lesson, but in another way. Everything is a spiraling of lessons, learning, growing, understanding what it means to be alive. I want the 9 and the 10 of Swords. And in a way, I just want to know why you got the Lovers reversed. Right, why did I pick it up? reverse. So this all has a meaning, right? I'm not like, in the moment I picked up, I thought it was placed properly. Okay. So we have 2 cards, 6 and 7. 6 of water and 7 of air. Yep. So there is a past relationship that you keep feeling still attached to, that you keep still feeling like, I'm not happy. There is a remembering of old good days, right? But the 7 is never really a good card. Though 7 is a higher consciousness, is Jupiter in Aquarius. And the 6 of water is Sun in Scorpio. When we look deep within, right, and go into the past, in our past relationships, when we look into what we had, right, and that's why this is reverse. You used to have an amazing relationship with this person, either Leo or either a Gemini, but it shifted and it changed and it's not the same anymore. And you remember these days, but it's not. You gotta let go, right? And you are working yourself through it, and it's not easy for you to work through this. And the memory, of course, the past, right? That's usually Saturn is binding us to the past. Excuse me. So this new moon is putting a highlight into this past relationship, and the last card here that I want to see, Messenger, fire. So there is another knight, and it's a Sagittarius who has the ideas, who has the creative idea to say, let's move forward. You will get through this, right? But it's not easy. And you will, in September, pluck again the fruits. Right? September is going to be that time for you where you're like, find your liberation, find a shift. Already in August, right? Where you're able to let go more and more of that relationship that you are obviously have gone through a difficult time, right? Have gone through this and have gone through this, right? It's the 6 of water that made me think of the fact that there is an old relationship coming to an end, right? So I just want you to listen for a moment. The grandmothers. Intuition means infinity within. The grandmothers who are wise. Affirmation. All that ever was or will be is here now within me. My body incorporates the planetary dream and my most personal love into a life grace-filled. Self-questionings. Do I use my talents and abilities creatively in this world? Do I listen to my intuition, to that infinite energy within me? What happens when I do? In your meditation, open yourself to receiving the message of a wise old woman. Create a pathway in your mind to the place within you where she dwells. Let her speak. Allow to release this story, because something is waiting. something new, something exciting wants to come to you, but you gotta let go of that old stuff. So go deep down, find the wise woman within you, okay? Or go to your grandmother and hang out with her and listen to her stories. Let her tell you how her life was. Great. Then I see you again in the next reading. Then we have the sun in Aries and of course the moon again in your sign. Thank you so much for watching. Namaste.